time you touch it, it's gonna.
Hey everybody, this is Jim and that's Warren and you're watching Talking Vintage Vendor Corner. This is show number show number 4, Talking Vintage Vendor Corner. We are brought to you by Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot, located at 502 West Brennan Road, Lakeland, Florida, 33813. This show is for people who are vendors in a shop like Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot or another shop or an antique mall or wherever, or for those who are thinking about becoming a vendor. So if you are falling in any of those categories, stay watching. Otherwise, turn it off right now. Go watch something else. Yes, for sure.
There's got to be a football game on.
There's got to be something better than this. All right. We don't have a big format on this show. We just say welcome, why we're here, and then we go into today's topic. And that is it. Today's topic is, and Warren came up with this one, do I want to become a vendor? So I guess if they're already a vendor, they need to turn it off and go and watch that football game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So here's how we broke it down. We're going to ask you some questions, and your answers will tell you whether you should become a vendor or not. Okay. Number 1, do you like to pick? Do you like to scrounge? Do you like to shop? You got to answer that question. Picking meaning going out and buying your stuff and, you know, scrounge around or just shop in general. So, and we talked about it in the last show, the sourcing places that we source. So you have to be able to do all those things. And then, do you like to wheel and deal? It's part of buying.
Yes,
And it is part of selling. Do you like to clean? Because you got to clean. It seems to be everything you buy is dirty. You got to clean before you put it out. And then if you have a space in a mall or whatever, you have to clean the space up. Because usually the mall owner will not clean up individual spaces. Yeah, it's up to the vendor to do that. Do you have the cash to get it all going?
It does take a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have enough inventory to fill the booth, and then you've got to be able to buy inventory past that. You know, you may not get the returns quick enough to fund the next segment of inventory or whatever. So you got to have the cash to get going. You got to pay rent, you got to buy inventory, and that's an ongoing thing. Here's one. Can you let it go?
Ooh, that's like from your own house.
Well, wherever. I mean, it depends on when you're sourcing, but can you let it go? Because the name of the game is to sell it. So you got to sell it. So as often, and we did a show about pricing. You got to be able to let it go for a lower price than what you wanted or anticipated or figured out or whatever, however you want to put it. You got to let it go. So you got to be able to let it go. It's not just letting something go that's sentimental. You're never going to sell if you're sentimental, but you got to let it go. So if you have a piece that's been around too long and you're going to take a loss on it, you got to let it go. Do you have the time? Yeah, you have the time. Being a vendor is your own business. You got to have the time to purchase the inventory, to tag the inventory, to clean the inventory, to put the inventory in, to do some research. I mean, there's a lot of time involved in it. Yeah, so you got to have the time.
Work in the shop that you're,
Some have to pull shifts in the shop like Decades does. Do you have a place to store? Yeah, I got that from somebody else. Do you have a place to store? Because if you have stock in a booth, you got to have back stock somewhere else, or items you just purchased that you haven't cleaned yet or tagged yet, you know what I mean, or priced yet. You got to have a place for those. So that was really interesting. Somebody said, yeah, you got to have a place to store. You should ask that. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Can you learn and adapt? Are you one of those people that can learn and adapt? Because you got to learn what's trending. You can't just go into a shop. Well, I guess you could. You can go into a shop and just, you know, somebody's successful, buy what they're selling and sell it. I mean, that's wrong in my opinion, but you have to learn what's selling of yours. You know what I mean? What's selling in your niche if you're in a niche, and or what's hot right now. You got to be able to learn that. You got to adapt. You know, sometimes you think it's a great idea. You've got all the moms China out there, and you're gonna bring it all in. Oh, it's beautiful stuff, and it's worth so much money. But hey, it just doesn't sell. You got to be able to pivot move away from that and sell something else. So can you learn and adapt? All right. Now, there you go. So we did all those questions. Now you got to think about your answers. Did the answers that you came up with, did they scare you? Did you like, oh, I don't want to do that, or no, I don't like that, or, you know, because if they scared you, maybe being a vendor is not the thing for you. But if you were like, oh, hell yeah. Can I say hell yeah?
You just did.
Well, I did. I wonder if I can say it on
Yeah,
YouTube.
you'll
We're
find
probably
out.
going to be
You'll
in trouble
find out.
now.
Mhm.
But if you were excited about your answers, then it's time to take the plunge. Okay, so there you go. So we could do an. So with that in mind, all right, you're ready to do it or you're not ready to do it. Let's say you're ready to do it. We could do a whole other show on a place to go, but you know, on how to pick the place you're going to go into. Let's just do a little simple thing here. Find a place that fits for you, that you're comfortable with, that you just like. You know what I mean? And then go from there, because your ups and downs are not dependent on the store. If the store is successful, if anybody, we've said this a million times, if anybody in the store is successful, then everybody can be successful. The store is a successful store. Okay? You're gonna get in a store, you're not gonna do well, and you're gonna blame it on the store? Nah, you gotta learn and adapt. Remember, we already asked that question. So just go find a place that's comfortable for you. Maybe it's close to the house. Maybe you like the owner. Maybe you like the other vendors. Maybe you met a vendor in there and you like it. So that's how you pick, okay? But if you rewatch the show, answer the questions again, and decide whether you want to be a vendor or not. So this topic was brought to you by Warren. Okay, the show is brought to you by Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot. And we want to thank everybody for watching. And we'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks, 8 o'clock.
It'll be 2000.
I don't know on this one. I don't know. Yeah.
It'll be
It's already.
2021.
Maybe it's already. Yeah, we don't date these like we do that.
Yeah.
I don't know, Warren.
We could be in
I
January.
know. Yep. No. This. You know what? It's New Year's Eve.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, you guys be safe out there, please. Yep. Please.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive.
Watch.
If you're gonna drink, find somebody else to drive. And if you're gonna drive, don't drink. And what is the other thing they say?
Get a designated driver.
Designated driver.
DD.
Yeah, I'm a designated drinker.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm
Yeah,
a
you can be
designated
the driver. There you
I
go.
am the driver.
Hey, we appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time. Same. What is it? What did they use?
Station.
No,
Same time, same station.
same bat channel or something. Same time, same bat channel.
You
For the
talking about
Batman.
Oh, way
Yeah.
back then. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
We're rambling now.
Yeah.
People have quit watching this show. Hey, before we go, like and subscribe.
Please.
See ya.
Got you guys.